Bird plugged into my 50 psi outlet. I make sure that the switch is turned to off because I do not want to have all that flow flowing around. Again, we would go through the whole process of the scene survey, the patient survey, the check the chart for the order, check the chart for indications. To go ahead and apply a filter to the outlet. You're going to need that white adapter. You can also use a 15mm adapter if you don't have that available. Both will end up working. I want to assemble my ventilator circuit. You didn't see that?
Is that my mouthpiece?
It's not your mouthpiece. That's a good. The mouthpiece should be wrapped. Well, you must have unwrapped it. I'm going to use, again, the adapter to go from the nebulizer drive line, or using the common drive line to go from my nebulizer cup to my exhalation valve. Let me just go through the exhalation valve since we didn't have a time to go ahead through that. The exhalation valve is really made up of a couple different portions. And you should be aware of how this operates in case it's not functioning properly. You'll want to end up having. If you take a look at the exhalation valve, as gas flows through, when this port is closed, because this is pushed down, gas can only go to the patient. When this is released, gas then can flow out through these holes as my expiratory port. So this goes in like this. On top of that, you have this portion. And then I have this that goes over top of that. Now this becomes my exhalation valve, so I can end up attaching, again, this is a 22mm external, and I can go ahead then and hook up my right respirometer directly to this to measure exhaled volumes, or if I wanted to collect the exhaled gas for whatever reason. So now I have my combination little device here, so it's powering both at the same time, and I have my nebulizer hooked up to that. So this is gonna, when this is pressurized, it's gonna not only create nebulization, but it's also gonna close off my exhalation valve. I have a piece of flex tubing. I go ahead then and hook this up. My ventilator circuit, my filter, and I have my little adapter hooked up to that port. So the large bore tubing hooks up to the large bore port, small bore to the small bore tubing. This extra tubing you have here, you can just leave. You can take it home and tie up your dog. I don't know, whatever you want to do doing. It's all extra at that point. Then I want to go ahead and hook up my mouthpiece. Again, trying to remain some sterility here. My patient. There is an end here, is there not? There we go.
Struggle bus.
Ain't no struggle busting. We're working. We're working the problem. Feeling better? So we're going to be using, for our demonstration, we're going to have our patient inhale just some normal saline. I'm going to loosen the nebulizer cup. Apply my medication in a sterile fashion. And then reattach this. I'm going to prepare my machine, so I'm going to have a starting trigger of about 15, which should be about 1.5 to 2. I'm going to go ahead and set this. We'll go a little bit lower than 15 just to make it easy. And as I go ahead, you can see the mist coming out as we end. Okay. Okay, we got our patient. And again, ideally, our patient should be seated. Should be in a nice